Hello, Wanderers. Welcome to Story Time. I have a book that I wanted to show you. It's called Mrs. Biddlebox. This book I've had for a long time. It's even getting a little worn on the sides because we've read it a lot of times. It's such a good story, so I hope that you like it. On the cover it says Mrs. Biddlebox. And then it has, this is Mrs. Biddlebox, and she's got a broom and her little pet duck is here. Let's see what happens. See how old this book is here? I have to be careful when I turn the pages. Mrs. Biddlebox. Now on this page we see Mrs. Biddlebox. And I guess I should say that Mrs. Biddlebox is written by Linda Smith and the pictures by Marla Frazee. And here on the first page we see Mrs. Biddlebox in a bed, and she looks kind of uncomfortable. And there's her pet duck. Let's see what happens. On a naughty little hill in a dreary little funk, Mrs. Biddlebox rolled over on the wrong side of her bunk. The birds gave her a headache. There were creakies in her chair. A breeze blew dank and dreary and mussied up her hair. She looks like she's in a bad mood. So she slammed the door one morning, and she sat thinking what to do. Her tea was dark and bitter, her crumpets hard to chew. With her belly full of grumblies and her hands upon her hips, an idea burst inside her and whizzled from her lips. I wonder what her idea is going to be. I will cook this rotten morning. I will turn it into cake. I will fire up my oven and I will set the day to bake. She's gonna bake. That's a good idea. Mrs. Biddlebox got busy. She grabbed a pot and broom. She tromped out into morning to gather up the gloom. She's gonna gather up the gloom? She snatched a patch of grubby lawn. She scuffled with the dirt. She plucked a filthy shadow from the folds of her old skirt. When the fog gave her the whiffles, she held her broomstick steady, stabbed the dreary lot of it, and twirled it like spaghetti. Mrs. Biddlebox reached up and hooked a ray of sun, then yanked it like a ball of yarn until it came undone. Oh, that's a beautiful picture. She rolled the sky like carpeting. The birdies flew away. She's rolling up the sky. Can you imagine? Now the pot was overflowing with that despicable bad day. Look at all that bad day stuff. Have you ever had a bad day that you just want to cook up and make it into a cake? I have. So she whipped and whisked and beat it. She rolled the day out flat. Mrs. Biddlebox laughed gleefully. Her hands went pat, pat, pat. When the dough was finally finished, when it rose up fat and light, she stomped it down into a tin with witchetty delight. And oh, the day baked merrily, and oh, the spicy heat. Mrs. Biddlebox could not deny it was turning out quite sweet. She's doing a little dance all around the oven while the cake is baking. She poured a cup of lovely tea. She set a pretty plate. She cut a merry slice of cake and ate and ate and ate. Ooh. She really was hungry. Now, with her belly full of crumblies and her nighty cap pulled tight, she threw the door wide open and welcomed in the night. On a naughty little hill and a cozy little heap, Mrs. Biddlebox rolled over, closed her eyes, and went to sleep.